our red shirts have had an excellent fall. I mean, our power hour has been very, very good, very productive. The guys look good, they're strong, and they're mentally tough. I think a lot of them have been humbled a little bit, and so they're eager and hungry to get out there and prove that they're going to help us be better. So look forward to seeing those guys in practice.
Important for this game from a momentum standpoint?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, we experienced that last year. You win your bowl game. It just you finish the season. You're not going to play again until September. So it's a long time between ball games. So to be able to win your ball game and finish on that note, it creates good momentum going into the off season. Because that's their last memory. These are young people, and that's be the last thing on their mind as they go and take a little bit of break and then come back and get ready to kick off the 2011 season. So I think it's important that we try to do everything we can to win this ball game, because it does create momentum for us.
Ready with Baker's situation and Furman?
No, I just know he met with him on Friday, and again, it's not going to be a long drawn out process, but we should know something here pretty soon.
How much time have you spent in the last week just kind of rehashing over the season in your mind?
Yeah, it's all I did. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Really just do what you do when you're in this position. Evaluate and look at. I'll continue to do that and just kind of getting that process started. But I've spent a lot of time thinking about a lot of things, and I'm going to evaluate everything we do and everybody, and every process, every system we have in place. But the worst thing you can do is overanalyze, and that's the worst thing you can do. The truth of it is, because if you do that, you lose sight of all the good things that you did, and it's not fair to the young men that sit in these chairs every day to discount and just if all you focus on is a result, you're always going to be miserable. You'll never be happy, and obviously that's what people on the outside, they just look at, and they can jump to conclusions or assume this and assume that. But the reality of it is, we got a lot of good things going on, and these guys have laid it on line. They have competed their tails off, and to not recognize that is a shame. So that's something that's a fact. These guys have learned how to compete. They've learned how to go to the next play, go to the next game. I'm proud of that. We're not obviously not where I want us to be from a result standpoint this season. Coming into this year, I felt like that we had the right strategy to give ourselves a chance to win, and I still feel that way. I think we had the right strategy in place as far as the kind of team that we had today. You got to take what you got. And I knew we weren't going to be as explosive a football team as we were last year. When you got some senior veteran superstars. We will be again, but I knew we weren't going to be that this year. And we knew that we were going to have to be a strong defense, an offense that was going to be able to move the ball effectively. Probably the number one disappointing thing to me, and I've said it before, that it just really hurt us. And it's just a part of the game is, for the type of team that we had this year, we needed to make some kicks. As simple as that. You can overanalyze till the cows come home, but we needed to make some kicks. And we didn't. It was a coin toss. We're 57%. Flip a coin. And that's part of the game. And that's the number one reason, the number one disappointment for me with our season. And, we missed 9 kicks. And of those 9, 6 of them were from the 20 in. So, that's a lot of drives. That's a lot of drives where you come away with nothing. And that's deflating. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. People pull your hair out. Well, I'm the same way. And how would you like to be an offensive lineman? This offensive line had the best year they've had here in I don't know when, and we don't have the record to support that for those guys. But they really played good football all year long. And you can just go and just look at all the drives that were 9+ plays or more, 15 plays, 14 plays, 12 plays, and you got no points. And again, lacking some of the things that we lacked. Last year, we weren't a great kicking team last year. We were early in a couple, but then we weren't. But we were able to overcome that because of some explosiveness. We didn't quite have that this year. So we needed to make some kicks, and we didn't make them. It's just, we didn't have to be great. We just need to be average. Instead of 57%, if you flip it and you're 75%, you're 9-3. You beat Florida State, no question. You beat Boston College. You beat Auburn. And we're sitting here, and we still have the same other issues that we have to fix, but it's just a different feel. You'd have played in that championship game, but we didn't come through in that area. And it's not just the kicker; it's the operation of the. We had some snaps. We had a couple kickers miss kicks. It wasn't just one guy. But the bottom line is we didn't make kicks. You can't be the type of team that we had to be this year and not make field goals, and we didn't. So that's probably the most disappointing thing. And for every person that's disappointed out there, take your disappointment and you multiply it times 1,000,000, and that's how I feel, and that's how these players feel. We're all extremely disappointed in the results of the season, but I am extremely encouraged by the ingredients that I have in place here. And we got a great group of guys that again have a good work ethic. We have really developed a toughness. They've learned how to practice. They know how to compete with effort, and they care about each other. That's the bottom line. So we really have a lot of good things going on. I've been implementing a plan for 2 years now, and I got to stick to the plan. And it's easy to fold up the tent, but I'll stick to the plan, and you gotta stand tall in the good times and the bad times, and I understand that. This job, this being a football player, being a coach, it's not for the weak, it's not for the faint of heart. There's tough times, there's good times, and you got to be able to work through both of those. And disappointed again on the season, but I'm encouraged by what's to come.
Making any significant changes to your staff?
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm really confident with my coaches. We've done a lot of good things in a lot of areas, but part of what I do is I have to evaluate everything, and I evaluate our coaching staff, our support staff. I'll evaluate our players, and if I feel like there's changes that need to be made, I'll make them. It's that simple. But I'm not going to just make a change to make a change. If it's something I feel like I need to do, I will. But again, it's all about understanding, what the real issues are, and not just making a change to make a change because your second year didn't go like you want it to go. This year is just going to make our success that much sweeter, and we'll look back on it as a temporary setback that'll make us stronger. But it is what it is. Disappointed, but we'll evaluate everything, and whatever changes need to be made, I'll make them. But again, there could be changes, may not be any. I'm just a part of the process of evaluation right now.
You'd want to do it before you start practicing next week, right?
No.
In other words, you wouldn't decide that. Aren't you going to do your evaluation between now and the time you start practicing?
Part of it, yeah. But we've got a lot going on. Our number one priority right now is going to win this bowl game and recruiting. That's our top priority. But sometimes coaches leave. Things happen. So there's a lot right now out there. But right now it's about trying to get this football team ready, and me continuing through the process of evaluating everything. And I've been doing that last week, and right now I like where we are.
I'm not going to ask you for names, but if you don't have any control over if Billy were to get an offer,
Right.
you know, and would leave. But I'm guessing you have, if not, you know, on a notepad somewhere in your head, you have a list of where you would go if you were to leave.
Well, I think you know, probably every head coach out there, you know, has you know, keeps a list of guys, you know, that you like, that you know, that you respect, or maybe somebody that has good reputation, whatever, for every position, you know, because anything can happen in this business. So you got to prepare all the time. You have to always be prepared for whatever comes your way when you're sitting in this seat. Because again, I don't anticipate any turnover on my staff, but you never know. You know, right now where we sit, you know, again, it's about trying to go win this bowl game, but you never know. Football business and coaches, and right now everybody's in bowl games and recruiting. Coaches, if things are going to happen, usually happen January, February, March is usually kind of when all that stuff shakes out.
Wondering if last week in your kind of reflection on everything, if you were aware of the sort of carnival that was going on with daily rumors about the athletic director here, and, you know, they're going to run him out, they're redoing his you know, all this kind of stuff day by day. On the one hand, it doesn't involve you, but on the other hand, if something like that did happen, it obviously would involve you. Did you give any thought to it? Did it just make you shake your head, or?
If I sat around and gave much thought to all the rumors and stuff that float around out there, that's all I'd be doing. I'm too busy trying to do my job and get better. You know, people, I mean, it's just an incredible world we live in today. It's just incredible. You know, anybody can say anything. You know, there used to be a lot of credibility. Nowadays, it's hear this, hear that. It's the gospel, and I just don't buy in any of that. You know, and I have no reason to even think that anything like that is the case. You know, Terry Don and I have a great relationship. He and I, we meet every week, just like we always have, and it's been business as usual. He and I are going to be on the plane together. We're flying out of here at 11 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be on that plane. So, you know, I don't get into all that stuff. That would, good Lord, that would consume every ounce of energy that I have in my body if I chased every rumor down that was out there. Well, I had a couple people mention it to me, you know, call me and say, you know, do you still have an AD? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because, you know, one of the things I learned a long time ago is, you know, when you know, to think times like this, you better not be listening to stuff, and you better not be reading anything, because it's not positive. And so I don't. So unless somebody sends me something, I don't read it, and that's just the best way to do it, because I've got to stay focused on what I'm doing. I can't get caught up in you know, things that really are irrelevant and oftentimes so far off base. It's mind-boggling to me.
About Terry Don, or did he ask you for any insights on?
Well, I think I met with President Barker a while ago. You know, just like everybody else in the athletic department, and I had a good meeting with him.
You would go to bat for Terry when you hear these
Absolutely.
things out there.
Are you kidding me?
Did you go to your way last week to offer him?
Terry Don is a friend. You know, here's a guy that believed in me. You know, so absolutely. You know, he's been very supportive of me, especially. You know, it's easy to be supportive when things are going good. It's a little tougher when things aren't going good. And he's been one of the main people that you know has just been great. He's really, you know, he's been around a long time. Terry Don is, you know, I respect him. He's a very wise person. He has been around the game a long time, and he's been around some great coaches. He's been around some